I mean, I've been playing in bands since I was like about 13. A wee shout out to David Stevens, Oscar Braves, because I played in my very first band with him. Then a bunch of boys I went to school with, I was in a band with them for like years, and that was really cool because that was like where I actually got to play at venues and stuff. Then a band called Vertebrae, which were just like Arctic Monkeys pretty much, just completely stole their sound. And then Lost in Vancouver, which was a band for like 3 or 4 years, and that was like a bit of a taste of what it was like to play in an actual like real kind of doing all right for yourself band, not as in like making money, but like
yeah, we did fuck all
like
money.
made no money, but you know, like having people come to their gigs who weren't just their parents. That was pretty cool. Playing festivals as well, I absolutely loved that. My favourite experiences was playing festivals and being far too drunk to play at Carnival 56. It was pretty fun.
It's all about professionalism.
Yeah, it is all about professionalism. As he says with
Tinnies. I got into playing with bands when I was like 14. It was just one band. Well, I was in a couple of metalcore bands when I was younger.
Shut the goth.
I can. And then started the Cliftons and was in that for like 4 years or something.
And then I stole you.
Then he swept in and stole me away. Yeah. And then I was in Lost in Vancouver, and then here we are, Vandal Palace.
I don't wanna leave, I just wanna watch you go.
We lived together for like a month's period in last year when I lived on his sofa for a month, so that gave us a taste of what life was going to be like in the palace. It's been alright, yeah. I end up fucking. Oh, can we swear? Is that like? Okay,
are we allowed
swear.
to? Alright,
Fuck shit!
Grow up.
Nah, like when I was in Lost in Vancouver and we weren't living together, it was like when Jake sent a demo, it was like, okay, cool, it's the first time I've ever heard a tune.
Yeah.
But by the time that Jake sends a fucking demo
He's already heard
into
it.
the fucking group, I've heard it about fucking 50 times.
And he'll
so
be like banging on my window at like 1 in the morning, like, yeah, that's a good tune, baby.
either that or shut the fuck up because I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah,
So
it's none of the latter of the two.
yeah, but it's alright, as it's ups and it's downs.
Yeah, definitely. I think in terms of like being a songwriter that's used to primarily just writing on my own, I think actually living with him has definitely made it a lot better. I think my writing's come on tons since living together, and
naturally,
but that's not because of him. That's
naturally because of me.
Yeah, I think we bond really well. As in, like Lachlan will come up with, for example, we've got a tune called Kalia, and Lachlan came to me with the chorus melody, and I wrote around that. And Lachlan will be playing riffs, and then I'll write around that, and it just seems to flow a lot better than what it used to. Instead of me being really greedy and writing everyone else's parts. Sorry, everyone.
We wasted all our precious time trying to relax.
Absolutely flawless just now.
I think it's kind of a point where I think there's from what I remember of being in the Edinburgh scene, it's like the most kind of new indie bands that are kicking about now in a long time. Obviously after Wet Hill Grove sadly ending and kind of other bands going on to bigger things. I think there's a lot of bands that are in the same kind of boat at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And there seems to be the rise of our type of bands that we would class in the same bill as us showing face just now. Swim School being one of the newer ones who are already making a name for themselves, and they've even been a band like
in a couple of months.
Absolutely. Their debut single's pretty decent.
It's good to have other people that are in the same genre, so it's not just a kind of one horse race.
And then you can't forget the veterans like Indigo Velvet and stuff like that have been
Big Ivy.
Exactly.
Chuffing away. Yeah. No, it's good. It's good.
Oh, you see the taste is bittersweet when she's begging you to never go.
So Come Back Down was one of the first tunes that I wrote when I moved in with Lachlan, and Come Back Down is I'm sure as all being young people, we've all been in relationships, and there's always been that moment where you're steaming, it's 3 a.m, and your ex is like, "Oh, come back round," you know. And temptation always shows at 4 a.m. walking home, and she says, come back down to me."
I asked you what it meant, not the fucking lyrics. I think it's just, I think it's honestly probably just it's just one of those modern tales of kind of love and trying to resist temptation of shit that you know that's gonna hit the fan at some point, but you still want to do it.
And it's I suppose it's quite a self-reflecting song. I mean, I'll give Lachlan credit where due. The opening line, the whole "I don't know, I just want to watch you go" was from him.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. Like lyrically, it's something I'm really happy with, definitely. And then musically, I mean, it's got the traditional anthemic chorus that I think when we finally play it to a live audience that know the tune, that it will get the same response as what we were hoping for.
It'll be played at our first gig supporting Folder, Mash House, April 6th. Tickets at Vandal Palace or bigcartel.com.
I miss Mark Morrow so much.
Mark Morrow.
It's been a while. We miss you. I miss you, Mark.
We miss you, Mark. We can't wait to finally share a stage with you in your beautiful, sexy face.
Especially your face.
Justify a fucked up mind when I reason with mine.
Yeah, I think it's an art to kind of write a song where 100 different people can listen to it in completely different circumstances and all kind of relate it to their own life. I think a lot of people can kind of accuse musicians of being too like that, and just writing about kind of things that are very relatable, but at the end of the day, it's if somebody feels something when they listen to a tune, then that's probably the most important part,
Like, I think for me is like the primary like lyric writer in the band. I want to be as universal as I possibly can, and I want to write songs that people will listen to and go, "Oh, yeah, I get what he means by that. I've been through that, or I'm currently going through that, or I feel that." That's the way I see it, and evidently, I think with Vandal Palace, my writing had like an LIV. I'm not going to be blunt about it. All my tunes were about the same thing, and that was teenage heartbreak. Evidently,
no, he's not a teenager. So you can't write about that.
48-year-old man no. And I think that we've got quite a lot of obviously tunes that we've not played at all, and I think that I've had quite a few experiences over the past few months that have led me to want to broaden the categories that I write about.
It's just a fine line of treading between kind of writing very stereotypically and writing completely based around yourself, and that nobody's gonna listen to you writing a song about like, oh yeah, I visited your flat in Morningside and fucking it's like
and like I think the good thing as well is like we're like tacky as fuck, to be honest, like, and I think that's what makes it easier for me when I'm writing, is because I'm writing for the majority of people who are, I don't want to say working class because that's not what I mean, but
no, because he's a Tory.
Aye, that's exactly what I am.
When she said, come back down to me.
The ones for me are probably the Wombats, Bad Sons, and maybe like Circa Waves or something like that. I think we've kind of got that almost kind of electronic indie type thing going on, but we're still a guitar band, so I'd be quite happy to be placed amongst them.
Free, you've made this really hard. Right, okay.
Jake doesn't know that many bands.
You're hilarious. So I think for me, the Killers are probably like my go-to band that I think from reference point and listening to the previous music that I've written and music that I'm writing now are the ones that sort of shine out the most. And then, I would probably say Catfish is, although the new stuff is, no, that's bad. The new stuff is really good, but it's not got the same effect on me as what they did when they first released The Balcony, and that might just be a youth thing, maybe just because I was a bit younger, but absolutely, like I think The Killers and Catfish in terms of the two big ones, and then locally, like I would say like Retro Video Club have had like a massive effect on like my writing, definitely. Like you were saying the other day that we were like absolutely gutted that that they took down Heart Brigade and all that, and I was just like, I was gutted, but absolutely, like, I think the three bands right now that when you listen to what I'm writing, I would say those are the ones that shine out.
When I was in the Cliftons, we did kind of like our last show at Tunnels as like that lineup, and we played a song called Win That Girl, which was our like last kind of big release. And during like the breakdown, I like climbed up onto the PAs and was like fucking standing there making a tit of myself like at Tunnels. It was rock and roll, but now I look back on it and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why did I do that? You know?
Do you know the most rock and roll moment for me? It was
Yeah.
Butte Fest.
Oh my god.
This isn't rock and roll. Oh, this is more just a Jake moment, to be honest. So when we were in LIV, we played this festival called Butte Fest on the Isle of Butte, believe it or not. And the rock and roll part of it is that we got to go on a helicopter to get there. Now, I was of the understanding that we were only going to be in the Isle of Butte for like a couple of days. Like I thought we were playing them and we were like leaving the day after. So we get there, we play. Now we're camping, and I've only brought my cell, my tent, and my like equipment, as in like music equipment. So the first night we're there, it's like a red alert weather warning, and it is horrific. Like I mean, like it is scary. Like I've never seen wind nor rain like this. And yeah, I'm in my tent with just my jacket, a top, my jeans, etc., etc., and like no sleeping bag, and like my tent is like coming off its hinges, like, and I swear, like I was pretty close to like texting my mum, being like, "Look, mum, like if I like never see you again because of my stupidity, then I love you," and all that jazz. And yeah, and like I didn't go to sleep. Now, I did have a fucking bottle of Bucky, and I thought necking that would make me go to sleep. It didn't.
We nightcap.
It didn't, like, like a wee bit of Calpol before bed, but like it just absolutely didn't. And I was up all fucking night, and the next day, they like see me in my tent, and I shit you not, I was using my guitar over like half my body. Now my guitar case is used for a Strat, so I'm like 5'11", a Strat's tiny, and like yeah, it was just horrific. And I was using the fucking box that my tent came in as a pillow, and yeah, it was absolutely horrific, and the tent was like pretty in bad condition, and I got steaming on the second day because I found out we were going to be there for 4 days, and I never had any clothes, nothing at all. So I thought the logical decision was that when I was fucked was that I would just fucking take a big diving header onto the tent, because I was just pissed off that I couldn't get it back down at the ground. And I'm sorry, Dad, I know that you don't know that I did destroy the tent that you were meant to have for Belladrum, but
And then you replaced.
that we replaced, yeah. So yeah, Dad, sorry. And Belladrum was pretty class.
Belladrum was class.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's my rock and roll story.
Cut.